Hey guys, so WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2016 went down tonight. I'm going to break down the entire event for you match by match. And the first battle on the card was a 10-man tag team match on the TLC kickoff show. It was the team of American Alpha, the Hype Brothers, and Apollo Crews taking on the team of the Vaudevillains, the Ascension, and Kurt Hawkins. And it was your typical kickoff show match, just a way to get more people onto the TLC card, as well as a way to lure people in to buy the TLC pay-per-view. Nothing too special about the match happened. The only good thing I can think to happen from this match was that Apollo Crews actually got some airtime on TV. He is probably the most underutilized and underused WWE talent on the roster today, in my opinion at least. He's got a great look. He's got great athletic ability, and it's a shame that he's not being used more on SmackDown Live. So hopefully this is a sign that of him being on the kickoff show that he'll be used more on the actual SmackDown Live telecast moving forward. And your winners of this match was his team, as they got the win over the Vaudevillains, the Ascension, and Kurt Hawkins. The first match on the main TLC card was the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. It was Slater and Rhino defending their belts against the Wyatt family. Solid match, really fun way to open up the show. There was a cool little moment to tease the tension between Randy Orton and Luke Harper, as well as a way to kind of blur the lines and make it seem like they're beginning to trust one another. There's a part in the match on the outside of the ring where Rhino's going for a gore on Orton, but Harper pushes Orton out of the way and eats the gore, and then Rhino goes back into the ring and is getting ready to face off against Bray Wyatt, but it's actually Orton who is legal man. Orton hits the RKO on Wyatt and pins Wyatt for the win. So your new tag team champions are the Wyatt family. This is a monumental win, as it is the very first title that Bray Wyatt has held on the main roster. He debuted, 2 years ago, and this is his first title, the tag team championships. And I'm not sure if WWE is going to kind of do the Freebird rule, since the Wyatts are currently a group of 3, with Eric Rowan being hurt. I don't know if Harper's going to be included as part of this tag team championship reign, and if he's going to be able to defend the belts, or if it's just exclusive to Wyatt and Orton. And WWE, as I said, continue to do a great job of causing you to think that there is dissension between Orton and Harper, as well as making you think that they begin to trust more, because there was a part after the match was over, I believe Harper had handed the belt to Orton, and Orton gave him this weird look, and it looked like Orton was suspicious of Harper, but then Orton gives the belt to Harper, and Wyatt already gave his belt to Harper, so Harper had both belts, so it looked like it was a peace offering. I'm not too entirely sure, and that's a good thing. I like when WWE keeps me guessing, and as far as I can tell, I have no idea if Orton and Harper are going to come to blows, or if they're finally getting along, and this could be a lengthy tag team championship reign for the Wyatt family. Following that, it was the no disqualification match between Nikki Bella and Carmella. Fun match, very entertaining. In the end, Nikki Bella got the win. I was shocked. I thought Carmella would for sure go over here. Nikki Bella has been around for a while in WWE, is one of the most popular women on the roster, and I thought that Carmella winning this feud would give her a great rub and potentially move her forward in the main event scene for the women's division. After the match, after Nikki Bella picked up the win, Carmella got on the mic and cut a promo saying how she didn't get her revenge, or how Nikki didn't get her revenge for Survivor Series, because it wasn't Carmella who attacked Nikki at Survivor Series, it was Natalya. So it'll be interesting to see if WWE in fact does make Natalya the attacker, or if they're going to go in another direction. But as for now, it looks like this feud between Carmella and Nikki Bella is finally over. As I said, it should be interesting to see if Nikki Bella decides to go after Natalya, and I have no idea where Carmella's going to go from here. The only woman who's a face on the division is Naomi, I believe, who's not engaged in a rivalry, so it should be interesting to see where Carmella goes from this rivalry. Following that, it was the Intercontinental Championship ladder match between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, one of the best rivalries in WWE this year. and their ladder match tonight was pretty good. It was solid. It wasn't as good as their bout at No Mercy. I thought their No Mercy match should have been the conclusion to their feud, because that match was fantastic from a storytelling standpoint. This match, however, not as good, but is a ladder match, so there were some cool spots, made it somewhat entertaining. They played up this part where each man had hurt the other's leg, so it was basically two guys on one leg fighting for the Intercontinental title, which is hanging high above the ring. In the end, there was a spot with two ladders set up. Ziggler was on one side, Miz was on the other, and Miz hit Ziggler with a couple low blows. Ziggler falls off. Miz grabs the belt, wins the Intercontinental Championship, and ends the rivalry, I hope. This match, or the rivalry, has been played out for a long time, so it's time for them to move on to bigger and better things. Hopefully Ziggler snaps, because he is just a resident jobber on SmackDown. And Miz, he continues to legitimize the Intercontinental Championship with his great promo work and ring work as of late, and he has been carrying that belt for the greater part of 2016, so it should be cool to see who he picks up a feud with next. Hopefully Apollo Crews. I'd love to see Apollo Crews get some time on screen with a guy as established as The Miz, and it'd be a great rub if Apollo Crews could take the belt off Miz, should Miz move on to bigger and better things later on down the road. Following that, we had the chairs match between Kalisto and Baron Corbin, and in the past, chairs matches have not been that exciting. However, tonight, it was probably the best chairs match I'd ever seen in WWE. Kalisto and Baron Corbin had a lot of cool spots. There's a spot where Kalisto had a chair on top of Corbin, and Kalisto does a moonsault, double knee moonsault onto the chair, onto Corbin in the middle of the ring. That was really cool. And then Corbin did a end of days to Kalisto onto a pile of chairs in the middle of the ring to end the match. Baron Corbin picked up the win over Kalisto here. And there was a really cool scene where Corbin's like walking away from the ring, he looks back, and Kalisto's just laying there looking like he's dead. Really brutal looking match. And there was actually a chair shot to the head. I hadn't seen that since, I think, WrestleMania 27, when Triple H and Undertaker had a similar spot. But yeah, there was a chair shot to the head in this match. First time in like 5 years that WWE has had that on TV, so that's cool to see. Brutal match, a lot of fun. Easily one of the best chairs matches in WWE history that I've seen. And on the Talking Smack post show, Baron Corbin made a case that he should be pushed into the main event scene. It remains to be seen whether that happens or not. And as for Kalisto, I truly believe he needs to be in the Cruiserweight division. It makes no sense for him to be the lone Cruiserweight on SmackDown when there's an entire division and a championship for him to compete for on Raw. Still baffles me to this day why he is on SmackDown with all the other Cruiserweights being on Raw. Hopefully they fix that in the coming future. Following that, it was the Women's Championship Tables match. Alexa Bliss taking on Becky Lynch. Really good match, solid action. Bliss and Lynch have pretty good chemistry in the ring together. One as good as Charlotte versus Banks in terms of match quality, but I still enjoyed it quite a bit. And the shocker of the night to me, Becky Lynch loses to Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss powerbombed Becky Lynch off the ring apron through a table on the outside of the ring, and she is your new WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. After the match, Becky Lynch kind of snapped on the interviewer trying to get an interview with her about the match. So I don't know if this is going to possibly lead to a Becky Lynch heel turn, although I doubt it. But this was a really solid match, and Alexa Bliss has really made a name for herself since coming onto the main roster. She has become the best woman heel on SmackDown, and it's really cool to see just how fast she rose up through the ranks, and hopefully she makes the most out of her title reign. The main event of the evening followed. It was Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and this was by far the match of the night. It would have been an instant classic had the ending been something different than what had been predicted by nearly everybody, including myself, the week leading up to the event. There were a ton of cool spots, great moments. Dean Ambrose put a ladder on top of an announce table and had Styles laying on another announce table and dropped a massive elbow off the ladder through Styles, through the announce table. That was really cool. There was another moment where Styles had Ambrose on a table outside the ring. Styles goes into the ring, does a springboard 450 splash, to Ambrose through the table on the outside of the ring. That was amazing. There were just so many cool spots. They battled all over the arena. It was a brutal match, hard hitting, and it was, and easily, as I said, it was going to be an instant classic until the end. In the end, James Ellsworth predictably makes his way down the ring. Styles looks like he was going to hit a Styles Clash on him on the steel stairs, but Ambrose makes a save and instead hits Dirty Deeds on Styles on the steel stairs. He goes into the ring, climbs the ladder. Styles is able to recover. They both climb the ladder. They're trading shots. Ambrose knocks Styles off the ladder, and it looks like Ambrose is going to win the match. Ellsworth comes in, hits the ladder. Ambrose falls off the ladder, out of the ring, through tables, and then Styles comes in and wins the match by grabbing the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. A fantastic match, but a predictable ending, and it kind of put a damper on what had been just a phenomenal bout, no pun intended. So Styles and Ambrose absolutely tore the house down, and James Ellsworth comes in and kind of killed it. Not the good kind of killed it. I would love to see WWE kind of think outside the box here and make a different ending. I usually have if there's an interference involved that's kind of necessary or enhances the match, I have no problem. Like, for example, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell 1997, when Kane makes his debut and interferes, that was necessary to add to the story. Ellsworth, I feel like, has been played out. They're beating a dead horse at this point to me. And the fact that he gets involved, costs Ambrose the match, kind of puts a damper on the whole match, as it had been fantastic up to that point. Still a really good match, but the ending, I would have liked to see something different. So Styles retains, and it looks like Ambrose is going to want to beat the holy heck out of James Ellsworth. And they said, as on Talking Smack, James Ellsworth appeared. He said that he cost Ambrose the match because he believes he has Styles' number. So it should be interesting to see what happens on SmackDown this Tuesday when Ellsworth and Styles face off for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. No doubt that Styles is going to win. If James Ellsworth wins the WWE title, I would be flabbergasted and shocked and stunned, as I think the whole world would implode on itself. And if Dean Ambrose does not come out and beat the trash out of James Ellsworth, I'll be shocked. Hopefully this leads to a more aggressive Dean Ambrose. I would love to see Ambrose kind of use that Moxley character he developed in CZW more on the main roster on SmackDown. So hopefully, despite the bad ending, it could be a good twist on Dean Ambrose's character. And as for AJ Styles, I have no idea what's going to happen with him. He is at the top of the SmackDown division. And if John Cena returns, he could face off against John Cena, or perhaps The Undertaker. He did, as you recall, before Survivor Series, he said if anybody tries to cost SmackDown Live the win over Team Raw at Survivor Series, they're going to have to answer to him. And the reason Dean Ambrose got eliminated first for Team SmackDown was because of AJ Styles, so The Undertaker may come and make AJ Styles pay for his sins at Survivor Series. Overall, though, TLC 2016 was a really fun show to watch. I'd give it a look. Definitely check out the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match for the WWE World Heavyweight title between Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. You will not be disappointed. It was a great match overall, but as I said, the ending kind of takes a little bit out of it, but still check it out. There are a ton of cool spots. And as for me, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel by clicking the button on screen, or by going down below and clicking the subscribe option. And then I don't know if this happened with my channel or not, but apparently there's like a little bell icon. Make sure you click that bell icon so you can get all the new Cincy Fan Zone content when it's uploaded. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Cincy Fan Zone. I live tweet during various sporting events and WWE events like Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2016. And it's also the easiest and fastest way to get updates on my website, cincyfanzone.blogspot.com. Check it out. I have weekly blog posts I write up there. Every YouTube video on my channel is over there, as well as autographs, pictures, bobbleheads, and a whole lot more. So make sure you check it out. There's a lot of content up there. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.